However, this one has went under the radar. It's apparently been in our government since the beginning of this year.
S737. It is the Screen Act.
While we explicitly prohibit illegal activity on our network, we are equally committed to protecting legal commerce, clarifying recent headlines on gaming content.
Does anyone remember the First Amendment? Many of the things that have been going on recently, regardless if required because of legislation in the UK, it violates our very legislation here in the US. Why don't we read over the First Amendment? Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means that Congress cannot make a law to force a religion, nor prohibit it. It is not allowed to censor our freedom of speech or press. This means like YouTube, TV, news channels in general, and any other media of expression. They also cannot censor our right to protest peacefully and to present the government with petition to change. Now, if it seems like there's a loophole in the legality here, that's because there is one. Because only the government, i.e. Congress, is not allowed to impose such things. Individuals and businesses are accepted, so in the case of YouTube and Spotify, this can be considered. But you have to understand that in our current world, YouTube is used en masse as the press. Media is constantly shared over the internet, like how books, CDs, and DVDs and movies were back in the day. So in this case, consider that YouTube and Spotify's censorship of their platforms are in violation of our First Amendment rights. And what's more, we did not pass legislation that requires ID verification on every site. Seen here, KOSA, the Kids Online Safety Act, did not pass and was supported with an amendment. This was in 2023. It came back in 2024 and was ordered to be reported again by the amendment. So YouTube and Spotify are pushing this despite it not necessarily being legal for them to. Now, something came to my attention, the Kids Online Safety Act. Someone introduced it to office again this year in 2025. Nothing's been done about it yet, it's just been introduced. Just want to let people know that. Now we're moving on.
There is another bill that is within the United States Congress called the Screen Act that effectively does the exact same thing.
S737, and it is the Screen Act.
This Screen Act, shielding the children's retinas from egregious exposure on the net, is the exact same thing as KOSA, the Kids Online Safety Act, if not worse even, because it blankets literally everything instead of specifying even a little by saying a computer interface, regardless, will face this problem. Because even the sites that may avoid it are very few, since most sites are part of the market like Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Discord, etc. It will censor all of these things. It says, in nearly the 2 decades that blocking and filtering has been a thing, it proves ineffective and that children bypass it. Yeah, no. For one thing, it's not ineffective because that block and filter they're talking about is parental controls. And if parents are actually, parenting their child, it does work, effectively even. If you're gonna say it doesn't, then actually provide proof of that being the case, of which this bill you've written does not do. Just because parents don't do their due diligence doesn't mean the internet is at fault for it. This act you are trying to push is an invasion of privacy and it's going against our constitutional rights. Only 39% of parents use blocking or filtering, 61% have not. So you agree, it's the parents' fault and that it's their negligence. So, why are we being punished for it? Why should we give up our rights for bad parenting? This bill is full of holes and is just a Trojan horse that pushes way more than just protecting children. If it was just that, we've had methods for that, and those methods work just fine. It's not the internet's fault that parents are horrible at being parents. I'm sure some parents are really good, and I'm not defining literally every parent, but I am defining the ones that are bad because we all know who we're talking about. The ones that just give the child an iPad and say, have fun, without giving a shit. The FATPA bill, Foreign Digital Anti-Piracy Act, is an act to make it so copyright holders can hold foreign piracy sites accountable for infringing on their copyright. I don't know why it doesn't list piracy sites held within the US, but I imagine they would at a point design a bill for that. Regardless, this is horrible for gamers because while I don't advocate for piracy in of itself, companies do not lose money from a game they are not selling. Many games are no longer sold, many of which you cannot obtain a copy of because of scarcity. Not to mention that scarcity increases rarity, which makes the cost of such go up a lot. Most people in the world aren't pirating new games. That said, piracy is illegal in the US, so it sucks, but I see the reasoning. The Block Beard Act, aka Block Bad Electronic Art and Recording Distributors Act. This does basically the exact same thing as FATPA, but is a little worse by tightly defining everything, and this is probably the one that covers sites located in the US too, should there be any. And it is bad, because a big thing that some people do for arts they create is tell people to pirate it to see if they like it. Because get this, if someone pirate something and then likes it, the more likely they are to actually purchase it, and that's good for business. Even Penguin Zero had a video about this.
I'm sure a lot of you have heard me mention this over the years in regards to our comic book series Godslap, where I'd be asked on stream where people could go read it or buy it, and I'd mention where you could buy it if you wanted to, but if you were like skeptical, kind of on the fence about whether or not you'd even like Godslap in the first place, well, hold on to your clams. Instead, just go pirate it.
He said in this video he'd rather you pirate it and like it than buy it and hate it.
As a global company, we follow the laws and regulations everywhere we do business. MasterCard has not evaluated any game or required restrictions of any activity on game creator sites and platforms.
Visa, MasterCard, PayPal. These payment processors have always had a clause in their agreements with brand risk, which is a blanket that covers whatever grounds they want if there is no real risk by legal means. They think somehow Collective Shout had any power over their brands, and they turned cold turkey at getting some harassment with calls and such. The way we stop that is by being louder. But there is a bit more to the story here, since MasterCard lied obviously in front of millions of people. Less credible now, aren't you? But MasterCard aren't the only ones to lie on behalf of censoring you, so did Visa. First, the statement by Visa. While we explicitly prohibit illegal activity on our network, we are equally committed to protecting legal commerce. Really? These games you took down are not illegal. They are completely legal purchases. What about what you did protects legal commerce? You fucking liars. If a transaction is legal, our policy is to possess the transaction. We do not make moral judgments. Thanks for lying again. Twice in the same paragraph, guys. These purchases are completely legal. You did not have the legal right to take them down. You technically did not take them down, but you did threaten to stop processing payments for these companies, which is why the company themselves ever had to take them down. Guys, you know what this is called? Cause and effect. And as such, Visa, you are the cause of the problem. The effect of your cause was games taken down by Steam and itch.io. You are completely liable because of that. It is your fault. There is no takesies backsies. Second, the statement by MasterCard. MasterCard has not evaluated any game or required restrictions of any activity on game creator sites or platforms, which is a fat fucking lie, guys. You absolutely did, because the platforms in question noted all other payment processors, including you. Our payment network follows standards based on the rule of law. We allow all lawful purchases on our network. Fucking liars. You know this isn't true when the things that got taken down were completely legal purchases, which they are. We require merchants to make sure MasterCard can't be used for unlawful purchases, including illegal adult content. That is such a massive self-report right there. Bitch, adult games are legal, not illegal. Pull your head out of your ass. You aren't law enforcement. You don't get to fucking decide what's legal or not. There are already things going on to get Visa and MasterCard to change their ways, and we're hoping we can get PayPal to do the same, because PayPal has had issues for a long time with this stuff too, apparently. And with that, thank you for watching. Remember to fight for your freedoms. Don't give them away. See ya.